When you're building disconnected applications, the data for the application is stored in the list controls in the UX component. In this video, we'll take a look behind the scenes at the data that's actually stored in the list to support the disconnected operation. So you can see how we have a simple UX component with a list control and an associated detail view, and then we've added some buttons to the UX component here. We've added a button to show the data that's in the actual row in the list, and in order to do that we just simply went over here to the UX builder, and then from the defined control section we went over here and we said list detail view buttons, and we chose this button here called show data in list. So if we go look at the JavaScript method that is being called by that button, we can see we're not that button there, but this one, we can see that we're using the underbar debug list data method, and then we've also specified that the debug data itself should be shown in the location specified by a placeholder control. So we've gone over here into the list and we've said that we'd like to display debugging information, and we'd like to display the debugging information in this placeholder over here, debug info. So we're going to display the debugging information over there in that placeholder. So now let's go ahead and run this and look at what's going on behind the scenes. So if I go here, for example, and I click on any row and then say show data in the list row, this is going to show me the JSON representation of the data in the list for this particular row over here. So you can see what we have is all of the fields, the customer ID, the company name, the city, the country, and then we have a system field, which is the primary key of that row. We have a checksum, which is used when we do incremental refreshes, and then we have some additional system information. This is basically telling us what the logical row number is, etc. So now what I'm going to do is go to this row and make an edit. I'm going to go and change it from Frankfurt to Frankfurt 2, and then go ahead and hit the save button. So now you can see that what the data that's in the row now contains the edit there. So there's Frankfurt 2, but now you can see that this object now includes an old data object which has the original data in the list, and it also now specifies that this is a dirty row because the underbar is dirty flag is true. So you can see now that this row is dirty, and that's indicated there by a orange marker. So now let's go over to say this row over there, and now let's mark that row as deleted. So we'll say yes. So now this is now marked as deleted, so it has a different flag over there. And if we go now and we look at the data, we can see for the second row that is deleted flag is true. So we now know that that row has been deleted. And then finally let's go and add a new record. So we'll go there and we'll just type in, say, A123, and then we'll type in some dummy values and then hit the save button. And now we can see there's the new record that just got added, and the is new row flag is set to true. So this is it is dirty, but it's also a new row. It's not an edited row, which we know because it doesn't have any of the old data values over there. So the JSON data that is stored in the list for each row contains all of the information necessary to do updates on the server, to check for write conflicts, etc. So understanding what data is there is very useful, and you can see that now that we have all this data, we can easily go back to any individual row, for example, and then just say undo edits, and now when we undo the edit we can go back to what was previously in the row. You can see now basically this row is no longer marked as dirty. Thanks very much for watching.